standards kind of lower in the recent years, so you get people like myself playing there now, and so it's I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's to get to play these venues. These there's two types of venues that I really love playing, and they're the really traditional kind of entertainment, venues and theatres, and the Palladium. You don't get bigger really, and then the others are kind of music venues where I've seen bands, like the Shepherd's Bush Empire, where I've been to see loads of bands over the years. So it's such a joy and a privilege to get to play these places. You
mentioned the tour. Since winning Strictly, you've done 360 dates, Chris.
Wow, yeah. God.
A, you must be shattered, and B, you must have some great stories to tell.
Shattered is not the word, is it?
There's a lot of people out there, they saw me on the dance floor and they thought, I wonder what that fella's like sat on a stool. So the tickets were selling, so we added more and more dates. But it's been such a joy to get out there and Strictly stretches the demographic. It's not just people who see you on Have I Got News for You and Would I Lie to You. It's all generations and families coming along.
Yeah, massive show, Strictly.
Absolutely.
It touches everyone.
Yeah, it really does.
Sounds terrifying. 360 days. God almighty, I can't imagine that. 300, that's how many days in a year? That's a year, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did it over 2.5.
But the thing is, Gregor, you are going back to the Edinburgh Fringe for the first time in 40 years, is it?
Yes, well, actually, I worked out. It was 50 years.
Wow.
I'm that old, believe it or not. In my
20s.
In my 20s, I was there. Yeah. Why am I doing it? I think I'm doing it because I did a wee bit of touring this year, and I forgot what it was like for real people being there. Not some camera pointing at you like a gun. It was quite thrilling and quite exciting. And I was amazed that some people turned up, and that was even more exciting.
Oh, so, behave yourself.
No, it's true. You do a bit, don't you? You must feel like that. You think, is there anybody in tonight?
You have such anxiety over numbers sometimes, especially at the Edinburgh Fringe where there's so much competition.
Yeah.
You're phoning up during the day, how many have I sold?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing 16 shows at the Fringe.
Oh, fantastic.
It's not for the money, let me tell you, Vernon. It's not for the cash.
Well, Chris has just had a new wing built after his 360 days.
Yes.
Crikey. Well, Chris is stepping out of his comfort zone to take on the role of sheriff in the murder mystery WHODUNNIT Unrehearsed. It stars a new celebrity every night who is tasked with solving a murder with the help of their castmates and, of course, the audience.
Yeah, I mean it's a charity show, so it runs over I think 64 shows at the Park Theatre in Finsbury Park, and it's to raise money for all of the wonderful work they do with vulnerable adults and kids and underprivileged kids, and it's the only way they kind of make their money to support the work they do. And every show is a different kind of a guest sheriff. And it's Benedict Cumberbatch is doing one, Gillian Anderson's doing one.
Wow.
And I doubt they're out there telling everyone that they're doing a show that Chris McCausland's doing, but I'm...
I'll bet you they are.
Serena McKellen does the narration for it.
Right,
but he's also doing one of the shows this year. But I think technically this means that on my CV I can say that I have done theatre with Serena McKellen, so...
But it's a tricky one though, isn't it, Chris? Because you turn up, you don't necessarily get to rehearse. You meet the cast.
Yeah.
They talk you through the movements on the stage. But you don't get the scripts.
No.
Right?
So they've all rehearsed, but we don't know what we've got coming up. So you don't know the script. You have an earpiece in, and you get fed the lines as it's happening around you.
Oh, that's so.
So you turn up an hour before the show,
yeah.
you don't know what's going on. You don't know whether there's a song, a dance, or what the lines are going to be, what the story is at all. So it's completely unrehearsed for the guest sheriff every night.
Have you had lines fed into your ear before?
Well, I'm always used to do. I mean, when you're doing telly, if you're ever hosting anything on the telly, you have an earpiece, don't you? So usually, as you know, when you're doing something like this, usually telling you to hurry up and get a move on. Isn't
they love a chat on the long show. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, Chris, we're 40 seconds over. All right, it's as simple as that.
So, but no, I mean, it's a brilliant cause, and some of the names, Harry Hill, Julian Clary's doing it, Emma Thompson, and so to just be in that mix and be a part of it is, it's exciting, and it's going to be a good cause as well.
It sounds like a real adrenaline
fun,
rush.
Doesn't it?
WHODUNNIT Unrehearsed 4 will be at London's Park Theatre from 9th of May, and Chris